Hey guys, welcome to the Step Outside YouTube channel. If you want to see catches like this, stick around, like and subscribe. Here's what's coming up. G'day team. One thing that I love about fishing in the estuaries and just catching whatever we can is the thought of having a beautiful crustacean at the end of the day. Matty Price, everybody, and of course we've got Jay with us here. Guys, tell us about mud crabs. Are they all year round, or is it something that you only find with a month that has an R in it, which is what I grew up on?
No, I seem to find them all year round. You know, the winter months I find you get the full of crabs and stuff like that, but I seem to find them all year round. Don't get me wrong, they do slow down in the winter months, so you got to move out to the deeper water and, you know, move your pots around, have a look, you know, put them on some weed beds, you know. So.
What are you looking for? Like, you know, this is the thing that I always look at. We've got mangroves here, we've got mud banks, but also I've caught many a mud crab around rock walls in canals and all that sort of stuff, bridge pylons, you know, yeah. What's the deal?
So structure's definitely one thing they'll be on.
Yep.
And then obviously here you've got mangroves in the background, and then the muddy bank, that's another thing. And yeah, just deep holes, so try all different ones.
Do you find after a fresh water runoff that the crabs go into the deeper holes?
Definitely after fresh water, yeah. Definitely crab deeper after the fresh water.
So Matt, if you're in a high current area, clearly you want to go a little bit heavy duty around the outskirts of the pot.
Yeah, definitely. The heavier pot you can get, definitely the better. And if you're worried about it drifting away, you know, put a bit extra weight in there, a brick or something.
Yep.
Something like that, tied to the side, a bit of lead maybe, whatever, come up with it.
And tell me about, obviously you've got your latch up here, so you undo that, get your crabs out. To stop pilfering, it's hard to stop people from checking your pots, but you do a little way to know that if someone's been in?
Yeah, definitely. So if someone's going to check your pots, they're going to check it regardless. But what I do is I just put a zip tie here across the hook.
Yep. So
through the eye of the hook there to the net. So basically if they want to get in it, the only way they can get into this pot is they either cut the string or they bust the zip tie off. It gives me a good indication as to whether the area that I'm crabbing, whether that's prone to people checking your pots. And simply if people are going to check the pots and you can't trust them, you've either got to stay in that area over the tide set, over a tide, put your pots in, or you simply just don't crab there and you find somewhere else that no one's going to check your pots.
I always find that if I put my pots out, I put them out late in the afternoon just on dark and get out there before the crack of dawn and that way
people
beat the crowd.
Holiday season's another one. You know, if you're going to spend big money on pots, definitely in holiday season stay with your pots or be prepared to lose a couple here and there.
Let's get into location and also our bait. Now I see you've got some stinky old mullet here. Mullet tends to be a good bait to use.
Yeah, definitely mullet, but obviously if you can't get mullet or whatever, you can get whole chicken, you know.
Whole chicken?
Whole chickens, carcasses, raw chicken, definitely raw. So.
Okay, and will that last in a higher temperate water, or will it go off quick?
Definitely fresh bait gets more crabs, so if you can change your bait, definitely, but hey, look, if the crabs are running hot, they'll eat anything.
So we just whack that in. So the mullet fillet is great bait, and then you're using the carcass.
Yeah, the mullet fillet's great for fishing, and then you use the backbone, so you multi-purpose. And then just hook that one back there. And obviously when you set the pot, make sure the bait goes on the bottom. Very important that the bait goes on the bottom, otherwise the crabs will sit on the top of the pot and they'll eat it from the outside and they're not going to catch anything.
Matty, important question, do you tie your rope to the bottom of the pot where the bait is, or to the top of the pot?
I always tie my rope to the top of the pot.
Okay.
Some people tie it on the bottom, but I've always tied it on the top, and that seems to work best. So.
All right. Well, I think we've covered all the questions that I think people at home might be asking, because if I ask that question, I think it's a legitimate question that other people might want to know. So we don't take it for granted. So let's get this into the drink, mate. What sort of depth are we looking at?
Oh, I think today we're going to go to somewhere 1.5 metres. So, you know, we'll give that a shot and see how we go. So.
Have a crack. All right, guys. We're baited up. Let's go and put her in the drink. Nice. Hoover she goes. There we go. So the tide's moving now. We're just going to have a look around, take in a couple of hours, go for a bit of a sticky beak and check our pots.
Yeah, come back and check them after a couple of hours, you know, but if you like, you can check them every 30 minutes. You know,
30 minutes?
When the crabs are on the move, they're on the move.
30 minutes sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's go and
because the time you put them out and then keep moving around, obviously you're You're allowed 4 pots per person. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to put 8 out. I guess by the time you do the first one to the last one, that's going to be half an hour.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So you can
go
continue
back
the run.
and check, you know, and if you find you're getting crabs through your pot, well, you know, 30 minutes is a pretty good indicator that it's a long enough time, you know. If you're not getting crabs, well, leave them a bit longer till you do. But I always find overnight's best. So if you've got overnight, definitely put them in overnight.
Good tip. Tally-ho! Oh my God, are you serious?
Oh, that's a nice crab.
Are you serious?
A couple of jennies.
There's a few jennies in there. Holy snapper. Okay, so you've got your zip tie on there,
Yep.
right? So no one's checked it.
That one hasn't been checked, so that's good.
Righto, all right, that's red hot. So we've got a couple of jennies. Jennies are females, by the way, everybody. And we've got
We've got one male here, but I think he's going to be undersized, but we can measure him and have a check if you like.
righto, all right, well let's, so what's the plan here, mate? What do you do?
I just unhook the hook here.
Yep, rip out the...
Bust my zip tie off, throw that in the bottom of the boat so it goes in the bin.
That's good call.
Hook that on there.
Definitely no zip ties in the water.
Don't throw your rubbish in the water, plastic, anything like that. Take it home with you, put it in the bin. There's bins at the boat ramps.
Yep. And look after your waterways, mate. So what do we, do you just chuck them on the floor and hope for the best?
Yeah, I just put them on the floor and pick them out. So.
Oh, good luck. All right, so in they go.
Let a couple walk out and I'll pick them up. Watch we don't get bitten.
There you go. Is that right? Jesus. Hang on.
Oh, he's
All right.
worried.
Okay, there you go. Look at that. Okay, so that's a female. Have you got a male there?
Yep, we've got a male there.
How do you know the difference? Tell everyone at home, buddy.
So this one here, that's the female. It's rounded, it's different. And this one here is the male. It's a nice pointy V. So
Right,
again, female there. Male is this one. That's the male there. That's the female.
Now you can keep, New South Wales, various states you can keep females. In Queensland we just keep the males and they've got to be measured across the top of the carapace.
Yep, 150 mil, and we'll grab the measure out and we'll have a look.
Righto. So that's a female, I'll let that one go. This is a good tip for you when you do pick them up, like if they're on the deck, you just don't be scared, just come straight in and grab the top and then your index finger and thumb or any finger that you can really get hold of on the back flippers down here, and that way they can't reach around and grab you.
Never put your fingers underneath the bottom of the crab.
Never go into here, eh?
That's correct, otherwise they can reach under with their claw and they'll grab you on the end of the finger and it doesn't tickle.
No, I wouldn't think so. No way in the world. All right, we'll let her go. See you later. So we're going to measure up.
So we got the male here, we're just going to check him. I'm pretty sure he's under, but so he's very close. He's about 3 or 4 mil under.
So we just want that point to touch that.
That point to touch the other point there. So that one's no go, he'll have to go back. But we'll just show you how to check if they're full of meat. So down here there's a couple of cavities and you push there, and if there's no flex, that is full. This crab here is rock solid. So he'd be chock-a-block full, but unfortunately he's not sized, so he needs to be returned to the water.
Okay, well, how long would it take for him to grow to be legal, you reckon? Are they a fast-growing crustacean?
Yeah, they are a pretty fast-growing crustacean. So as soon as he changes shell, he'll be sized. But obviously, once he changes shell, it's going to take time for him to fill up with meat and be full again.
What does that mean? So he sheds and then...
He'll shed his shell and he'll be a soft crab, so he won't be full of meat because he's obviously gone to the next size shell.
Yeah.
So he's not full of meat. But obviously, if you check that way I've just shown you, you'll be able to get a nice feed of full mud crabs. And if you're getting plenty, well, return the soft ones to the water so when you come back next time you can catch them again.
They're going to be hard. And they'll stay in that area for a bit?
Yeah, I believe they stay in that area, or they all seem to migrate through where you're crabbing, you know.
Yeah, cool.
So.
All right, let's go. We've got more pots to check. And there's a couple of other ones in here somewhere too. So we'll put that one back out, eh? All right, so we've checked our pot here, mate. Now time to zippy. We're going to put this back out and keep checking the run.
Yeah, that's right. Check all the others. So we'll just put the zip tie on through here. So just through the hook.
And again, when you finish...
Don't need to go super tight on that. So if you need, you can get a pair of pliers in there and cut it off without damaging the mesh on the crab pot. But that's a pretty clear indicator to know whether anyone's checked this pot by the time they come back to check it again.
And for everyone at home, don't think that's going to fall off the pot and stay in the water. That won't happen. Is when we get it back up, when Matty cuts it off, it goes back onto the deck, and then of course we put that into the bin as you mentioned before. Just let everybody know. All right, let's get it in the drink. We'll go check these others. All right, we'll go to the next one. And away we go. Beautiful. You can actually feel the crab there moving through the pot there, Matt. Is that a normal thing?
Yeah, they seem to fall to one side when you're pulling them up. So.
We got 2, 3. There's another one under there. Oh yeah. One. Well, this one looks good.
One nice buck there. I think we'll measure him. He looks like he's a goer.
So you just rip that?
Yep. Pull up on it, nice and tight.
All right. We chuck that on the floor, which goes into our bin. Over she goes. Look at that for a crab. I'll just tip her out.
Did you want to put this one up?
Yeah. Oh, he's just lost his teeth. He has, eh? Is there any more in there? No.
No. Get out of it.
Come here, buddy. Oh, that. Man, look at that. Look at the colours. That tells us it's a full crab.
Yeah, that looks like a nice full one. It's got the Maltese cross on it. So he'll be chock-a-block full. So.
Should we measure that one?
Yeah, we'll throw a measure on him and have a look.
Did we get rid of those other crabs?
Yep, we've thrown the other crabs over.
All right, I'll let you do the measuring, mate, so we know it's right.
Unfortunately, he's a couple of mil under.
All right, well, let him go. That's a full crab, but see you later. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. I can feel that one swimming around in there. Look at the size of that thing. And he's got some mates with him too. All right.
Yeah, that's a good one. We won't have to measure him.
Look at that, mate. Seriously, that is a quality mud crab. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to flick him out on the floor. Look at the size of that thing. Jesus. It's huge. Is there a way of getting these out, mate? Or just let them...
Just shake them down and make...
Holy snapper! I just felt this one crawling across my feet. Where'd he go?
Just, make sure the legs...
Wow.
Little ones, just as much as the big ones, mate.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, how do we get that out, mate?
Yeah, I'll get him loose first.
Yeah, righto.
Oh, man. Have a look at that. Isn't that a cracker?
Is this, I mean, have a look at that. They're paddle pop sticks. Right?
Oh, they're going to be delicious.
They are crackers. Now, going by the feel, he, I should say, is quite firm under here. Is that right? But we haven't got the Maltese cross, that nice dark brown cross. Does that indicate that they're going to be less full not having that cross?
Oh, look, it can do, but again, this is just a cleaner crab, so it might not have been living. Maybe it's living under a rock or something like that, so it's just a bit cleaner. It's not that one that's been down in the mud and really got that rusty look on them. So
wow,
it's a clean crab, but as long as it's nice and firm, that will be full of meat. The telltale way to check them is just feel the 2 cavities on them, and if it is full, you're going to have yourself a delicious crab.
Mate, that is absolutely full as a goog. And I used to be able to, like years ago, I'd go just under here and check under that wing
Yeah, that is also another way you can do
yeah.
it, but I've just, there's many different ways you can do it. The way I was shown to do it is just check the two bottom cavity here where the two legs are. So,
and that's chockers.
Yeah.
I can't even move that in.
Oh, well.
And there's fair weight to that too, I can tell you now. There you have it, everybody, catching mud crabs. There's something that you can do if you know there's crabs in your local area. Matt Price, he is the absolute gun with his right-hand man, Jay, all about catching crabs. So I'll tell you what, the tips that we learned from you, mate, are invaluable. I really appreciate your time in sharing those with us and, of course, our viewers.
Yeah, no worries. Pleasure, mate.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Catching crabs, everyone. It's a great, fun pastime. One quick question, your favourite way to cook?
Look, you know, I think the old chili mud crab, you can't go past it. Smash it up, put a bit of chili through it and cook her up.
With a cold ale?
Yeah, with a cold beer, yeah.
Good on you,
definitely.
mate. Nice work, nice crab. All right, here's some tips to get you underway. Having fresh bait is super important. I love to use mullet. Fish frames, another cracker. Even chicken carcasses, they work a treat. Bait always goes onto the bottom of the pot. Set the pots along mud channels or rock walls. You'll do okay in the back creeks and rivers. Set them out overnight and remember to face the funnels into the currents. Much easier for the crab to get into the pot. And before you do venture out, check your local rules and regulations. And of course, thanks for watching Step Outside YouTube channel for lots of cooking and fishing action. Like, subscribe, and of course comment for more catches like this and cooking recipes.